And then what you want to do is find stories. Stories. Stories like what? Well, it kind of goes like this. If you're telling me that your core value is integrity, who feels like you have a core value in your company of integrity? Not us. If you tell me that you have integrity, it's a platitude if you go out to the marketplace and you say, we have integrity. Because people expect you to say that. What are you going to say? We suck, we rip people off? You're not going to say that. So here's how you find the story. Tell me a time in the history of your company when you demonstrated integrity. Okay, well, we have to define integrity. Integrity is when you do the right thing even though it would be much easier for you to not do the right thing. When it would be more advantageous to you financially or effort-wise to just not do the right thing. I've had this conversation with hundreds and hundreds of contractors. And if I say to you, I'll just say it to you right there, is there a time in your company's history when you've demonstrated integrity, when you did the right thing even though you didn't have to? And if I won't, because we've got to keep on our schedule here. But if I asked you to tell me about it, here's what would come out, a story. And it would be about Mrs. Johnson and the time that we put her windows in and this thing went wrong and it got messed up and it was either our fault or it was her fault or it was somebody's fault and something went wrong. And at the end of the job, it just wasn't right. So we came in there, we took the windows out or we made this adjustment, we did this thing, we made it right, we bent over backwards. It cost us out of our pocket $2,000, $6,000, $11,000, and we did it simply because it was the right thing to do. Does anybody have that story in your company's history? So here's what guys like me do. We say, give me that story. And then we go on the radio. I'm not telling you have to be on the radio, but if you're going to be on the radio or on TV or on your website or on blogs that you create or on print advertisements that you put out there, why not go out there and say, the time when we had to eat an $8,800 job because we messed up? And people see that and they go, what? Yeah, we were over at Mrs. Johnson's house in Lakewood and here's what happened. Blah, 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 mess up, we fixed it, we bent over backwards, cost us $8,800. And we do it again because that's the kind of company we are. And people hear that and they go, whoa, I thought contractors were supposed to, what's the word? Suck. I installed a deck at my house last year. That was going to be a 4-week job. 6 months later, they finished the deck. I had landscaping done this year at my house. Well, this year, 2023. A 4-week job. 6 months later, it got done. That's what you call sucking. That's what I expect. You say, well, then we're different. I know you're different. That's why you've got to find your story and tell it in a way that has, remember the definition of identity? The first part was really, really important. Power, precision, passion.